They don't care. Okay? And if they win, down the road, they'll announce, the anniversary of the North American Union. They may say it was 1994, NAFTA and GATT. They may say it was 2005 with the SPP signing. The point is, they say we're now in it. Do you understand? I'm not just saying this. I tell high-powered reporters from Nightline and Rolling Stone and New York Magazine and Wall Street Journal, when they come here, I go, can I give you the actual global documents from the UN, from the IMF, can I show you where David Rockefeller says that he's guilty as charged, wanting a world government? Can I show you a New York Times article with David Rockefeller praising Mao Zedong? And they say, no, I don't want to look at it. This is your opinion. And they go write articles that I'm crazy making this stuff up. Okay, I'm crazy. This is from David Rockefeller's book. In fact, we'll put it back up on screen. I forget the title. What's the title of the book? I own it. Oh, here it is. Here it is. They got it. Here it is. I can show folks watching PrisonPlanet.tv. We've got bookshelf after bookshelf out there. David Rockefeller, Memoirs, with an afterword by the author. This is his authorized New York Times bestseller that came out in 2005. Let me even check the publication date to be absolutely precise and test my memory, which is, excuse me, first published in 2002, and then I got it with a reprint in 2004. And this is in memory of Abby Aldrich Rockefeller and my wife, Peggy Rockefeller. And it's bookmarked here in the book, because the press likes to roll their eyes when I show this to them. Proud internationalist. That means not international brotherhood, but that means bankers. And there's quotes where he says, I want international bankers to run things versus free states. And we have the quote here. Some even believe we are part of a secret cabal working against the best interest of the United States, characterizing my family and me as internationalist, and of conspiring with others around the world to build a more integrated global political and economic structure. One world, if you will. If that's the charge, I stand guilty, and I am proud of it. And they've got all these low-level camp followers who run around and say that, oh, it's about brotherhood and peace. Yeah, you see the peace of the UN and the bankers. I mean, I've seen top globalists in the EU bragging in major newspapers. We've read the quotes here, where, in fact, you can even search the term, founders of EU admit that it is a takeover arm for sovereign states, for bankers. I mean, they just brag thinking you're stupid and you don't read their own books they write. In fact, I actually found it out of the book itself. Here's the full quote. In fact, zoom in on this so folks will actually see it out of the book if they're watching on PrisonPlanet.tv. Right here on page 405. Populist paranoia. Now, he goes on here to say we're paranoid because we don't like this. See, this is what globalists do. And we're going back to your calls. They admit they're setting up world government, but then if you don't like it, you're insane and it doesn't exist. And he shows this arrogant mind control spin in this full paragraph. He says, for more than a century, ideological extremists at either end of the political spectrum, folks that don't want to be slaves to unelected foreign bureaucracies created by private banks. I'm sorry, I'm interrupting him. Let me just read his quote here. For more than a century, ideological extremists at either end of the political spectrum have seized upon well-publicized incidents such as my encounter with Castro to attack the Rockefeller family for the inordinate influence they claim we wield over American political and economic institutions. Let me see. I've seen Rockefeller on C-SPAN with world leaders introducing him, saying he set up the world order with his family, donated the land for the UN, and founded every major private globalist organization in every major country. And they have constant meetings to coordinate it. But, oh, he's not involved in that. Continuing, some even believe we're part of a secret cabal working against the best interest of the United States. Well, look what's happening to the bankrupt republic. Characterizing my family and me as internationalist, and of conspiring with others around the world to build a more integrated global political and economic structure. One world, if you will. If that's the charge, I stand guilty, and I'm proud of it. The anti-Rockefeller focus of these otherwise incomparable political positions owes much to populism. Oh, that dirty, dirty thing. Populists believe in conspiracies. He just admitted he wants world government. And there's countless documents where they break down exactly how it's going to work, post-industrial, one-child policies, Rockefeller Foundation funded papers on sterilants and vaccines. We've got all those documents on Infowars.com. That, in case there's new viewers or listeners, type in Rockefeller Foundation documents, fund sterilants and vaccines. Rockefeller documents, Rockefeller Foundation, sterilants and vaccines, Infowars.com. And then you go, well, that's Infowars.com. Now, we have links to mainstream articles and then the actual documents. I think we wrote last year in 1 month, one of our great writers, 10 different articles on it. 10. Oh, but we're populist conspiracy theorists because we know how to go to major libraries and pull Rockefeller Foundation documents from 1966. And the UN was caught with the exact program they talked about, vaccinating people and sterilizing them. There it is. Rockefeller Foundation developed vaccines for mass-scale fertility reduction. And then you scroll down. Oh, what's on the site? Links to the actual PDFs. Oh, we know how to read. We're evil conspiracy theorists. Let me go back. The anti-Rockefeller focus of these otherwise incomparable, who can comprehend people that know how to read their own documents? These anti-Rockefeller focus of these otherwise incomparable political positions owes much to populism. Populists believe in conspiracies. You mean in powerful people manipulating and wanting more power? You mean we believe in history and reality? Populists believe in conspiracies. And one of the most endearing is that a secret group of international bankers and capitalists and their minions control the world's economy. Because of my name and prominence at the head of Chase for many years, I have earned the distinction as a conspirator-in-chief from some of these people. Populists and isolationists. No, we're not isolationists. We don't like China having tariffs on us because you just moved your factories over there. We don't have tariffs on them. We don't like your insiders that wrote the health care bill all getting waivers for their companies to get health care, but I've got to buy it, even though my employees don't want it. We don't like your unfair trade advantage, punk. And it just goes on. And all these are code words. All we want in the United States as a result of global trade, oh, look how good that's been, the so-called global trade, improved communications, so we're deindustrialized, they're spying on all of us, and the heightened interaction of people from different cultures, bringing groups in so we all fight with each other. Populists rarely mention these positive consequences. Oh, yes. It's like the positive consequences of gonorrhea. Nor can they cogently explain, oh, we can't do that, how they would have sustained American economic growth and the expansion of our political power without them. You mean your political power using the United States as your evil juggernaut. Again, oh boy, it is really hard to respond to this level of throwing it in your face. These people are tyrants. This is a man who in the New York Times, we went to the microfilm at UT and have it in Endgame, the date, everything, and praised Chinese control and what Mao did. And what do you see in the news all the time from the CFR that he helped set up with his father? How China's the model, how they're great, how they're not bad. What do Google and Yahoo do? What do the big telecommunications giants do? They help China censor their people, and then our own government and the Australian and British government then come out with headlines. We're going to use the Chinese model of censorship. Pull that up. That was first in Australia 3 years ago. Headline. Just show everybody here on air. This is my opinion. It's all right here. I've studied this. You can study it. That's what's so effective about this show. Boom. Show you everything. Tell you about Rockefeller. Show you his book. Tell you about the New York Times article. Tell you where you can look at it for free online. WhatIsTheEndgame.com. Full bibliography of the film, every minute of the film, with a link and a time code and the links to the documents. Boom. Oh, I can't cogently break it down, Herr Rockefeller, huh? And what you've done. There it is. Australia to enforce mandatory Chinese-style internet censorship. Yeah, that's an Infowars.com. By the way, Aaron Dykes ran in here during the break and said, look, you got to look at more quotes in Rockefeller's book. I read it years ago. where he talks about the Bilderberg Group and world government. So Aaron's going to be popping in at 8 after for a few minutes to go over that. Also, we're trying to dig up the full Karl Rove quote because he said it to a group of Washington Post, New York Times. They reported it was like 6 or 7 reporters at a cocktail party. And they said, you know, these wars are killing people. You did lie about WMDs. And he says, look, you guys can try to go with reality if you want. We're an empire now. We control reality. And we'll change what we say day to day. And whatever we say is the new reality. You know, Al-Qaeda's good one day. It's bad the next. It's good again. It's 1984. We're history's actors now. We control reality. All you can do is sit there and watch it. Now, I'm paraphrasing him, but we're going to find the full quote and go over it. This is the arrogance. That's why they practice this on you to kind of befuddle you and go, uranium is good for you. TSA sticking your hands down your pants, that's security. The government doing unannounced drills at elementary schools, coming in and screaming they're going to kill your children and terrorizing them, that's security. You know, we're going to listen to all your phones without wiretaps now. That's freedom. Now, we're not listening to you without wiretaps, but we are. And public schools, from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, to Sacramento, California, we're going to watch you on government-issued laptops, which are free. They're not free. You pay for them with tax money, but they're free. We're going to watch you. See, everything's a lie. We're going to watch you at home. What you going to do about that, huh? You don't like that? You don't like it? Huh? You don't like it in your face? We're going to do it. We're going to do more. And we're going to finance rebels, Al-Qaeda to attack countries, and we're going to go in and help Al-Qaeda. And you're going to like it. And it's not going to be called war either. And the yuppies go, yeah, that's right, not war. Because they're trendy. They know how to, well, I know how to buy into the propaganda. I have Crime Stop, as George Orwell said. You know, whenever I see something that it's a lie, I just decide to go along with it. And that makes me morally superior and stylish. Why, I'm so intellectual, I watch the Sunday news shows, and then I parrot what they said around the coffee or water cooler, and people think I'm smart around the office. And there's some guy in the office, you know, who says they're setting up a world government and devaluing the currency. He even brings in news articles. He's a kook. I'm smart. I'm official. I'm cool. I parrot things. Why? I'm a software engineer, and they've brought in foreigners, and I'm training them to replace me, but it's good, and I'm not even going to say anything about it. Because I'm a member of the establishment. I feel like David Rockefeller's patting me on the head. And they've got global CFR, regional CFR, local CFR spinoffs, and people making a few $100,000 a year going in their suits, and you'll see them, you know, just basking at events, sitting around, just, oh, it's so good to be part of this. Oh, man, I've really arrived. And they'll go to fundraisers and give $1,000 to sit at the table and feel big. And George W. Bush or Obama will shake their hand, and they'll click their heels. And they send the Council on Foreign Relations people out to universities to speak, and they send the Federal Reserve out to tell folks how great they are. And the professors bring them in and feel honored to have them, and they sit there and tell them about how good world government is and how people that don't like it are kooks. And they take the best and brightest out of the public and private high schools and private schools and have UN, model UN, and the kids go and learn about global government and how bad America and the family and guns are, and their parents are so proud of their salutatorians and valedictorians that are part of the UN. My son was invited to the United Nations and sat in the gallery while the Secretary General addressed on world peace. How dare you not like the... And you see the Miss Americas to win. They've all got a call for UN and gun control. And, oh, they win. Oh, you're anti-America. You win. Oh, the lady's going to win. She says she wants to control the borders and states' rights. You were going to win. You were in first place, but sorry, you get second place now. You didn't say you were for open borders. Bye-bye. You know, we're the bankers. We've got all the money, and we decide who can operate and who can't. We've got all the money. You do what we say. Now lick our hand.